Hey Joe fans, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to the Kamado Joe Cooking Channel for our August 2015 episode of Joe Talk. Our initial episode of Joe Talk went fairly well. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. I didn't get any negative comments on it, and I got a lot of good feedback. So we're gonna roll this for a while and see how it continues to go. And like I said, leave us a comment on the video. Let us know what you think, or if you have anything you'd like to see on this monthly edition, just let us know. Shoot us a message, leave us a comment on the video or comment on our Facebook page, and we'll see what we can do. This month I want to start out, I want to show you a few photographs I found on Facebook this month that have caught my eye of people cooking on their Joes. Some of these came from the Kamado Joe Facebook page and others came from the Kamado Guru Facebook page. So the first one that I have comes from Bob and Melissa Keel, and these are apple wood bacon wrapped meatballs on their Joe Jr. These just look outstanding. I think I'm probably going to try something like this in an upcoming video before long. I might send them a note and try to get some more detail on how they prepared theirs, but these things just really looked amazing. Our second picture this week comes from Thomas Wayne Gort on Facebook, and this is a picture of some ribs and a Boston butt on his Big Joe. This is a good picture to show you what kind of cooking real estate you have on a Big Joe 24-inch grill, and Thomas has got a lot of meat cooking there. It's looking real good. Our third picture comes from Doug Keller, or this is a collage of pictures from Doug Keller on Facebook, doing some chicken stir fry in his cast iron wok on his Kamado Joe. And for those of you who have the wok, it's really an amazing tool. I've really enjoyed cooking on mine, and I see a lot more people posting to Facebook, posting pictures of their wok cooks, and this one looked really good, so I wanted to share it as well. Our fourth picture comes from John Lambeth, and this is a sockeye salmon on cedar planks cooking on his Joe. A cedar plank, if you've never cooked with cedar planks, it gives you a smoky flavor on your meat that's a little different than your typical smoke. Cedar produces a different type of smoke. I can't say different type. It's a very unique smoke flavor and smoke aroma. If you've not tried it, you should. Our fifth picture comes from Laura Habgood, and this is one I'll just call Surf and Turf. She's got some steak and lobster tails going here, and oh man, I can almost smell that from here. It looks wonderful, and it's a great picture. And picture number 6 this month comes from Fred Jennings, and Freddie's got some burgers going on his, I think it's a Junior, if I remember correctly, on his Kamado Joe Jr. And our next picture, number 7, is from Jeff Mason, and Jeff's got a pan of burnt ends on here, cooking over a pan of macaroni and cheese on his Kamado Joe. And Jeff must follow me fairly regularly here, because he knows that brisket is my favorite barbecue meat, and nothing beats a pan of macaroni and cheese that's been cooked on a Kamado Joe. If you guys haven't tried that, you need to get on it quickly. And number 8, and our final picture this month, comes from Alan Smith, and this is one of the best looking pizzas I've seen posted to the Kamado Joe Facebook page in a really long time. It's a shrimp basil pesto pizza that Alan has cooked, and it just looks beautiful. And guys, thanks for posting these pictures. Keep posting them. Post your pictures to the Kamado Joe Facebook page, Kamado Guru Facebook page, and I'll find those and I'll flag them occasionally, and some of these are going to make this video every month. So keep up the great work. We love seeing the pictures of the stuff you guys have cooked on Facebook. It just goes to show how popular these grills are and how much people really love cooking on them. So that's all the pictures I'm going to share for this episode. The next thing I'd like to do is field a user question. This question came up on Facebook. It also came up on the Kamado Guru forum, I believe, and it comes up frequently in my video comments, and this is one of the reasons I want to tackle this question. It says, what is the reason you use the divide or use the heat deflectors in different positions on the divide and conquer flexible cooking system? And what this question is referring to is on the flexible cooking system, there's two different levels, or actually three different levels, where you can put the heat deflector. You can put them in the very bottom, the lowest position in the rack. You can put the accessory rack or the X rack in the low position and then set the heat deflectors on the X rack, or you can set the X rack or the grill in the highest level and put the heat deflectors at that level as well. And the question here is involving, why would you choose those different levels? Why not just put it in the bottom all the time? And that is a very good question. The lowest level at the very bottom of the divide and conquer flexible cooking system is the rack level I use on any of the Kamado Joe grills if I'm going to do what I call low and slow cooking, which is at 250 degrees or below. It makes it a lot easier to get the grill temperature stabilized at a low temperature at 250 or below with that rack in the lowest position, because that stifles the airflow the most in the grill. More frequently, for me personally, I'm cooking at temperatures above 250. When I do low and slow barbecue, I'm typically cooking at 275 and sometimes even 300. And when I'm cooking anywhere, if I'm cooking with a heat deflector at a temperature anywhere between 250 and 450, I put the accessory rack in the low position on my divide and conquer flexible cooking system and set the heat deflector on that accessory rack, which raises the heat deflector up a few inches in the grill, and it creates a bigger gap between the heat deflector and the firebox, and it allows more air to rise up through there at a faster rate. And what that does, it does several things. The first thing it does is it allows the grill to warm up more quickly. It's not holding as much heat below the heat deflector, and it's allowing more airflow, so that the grill will come to temperature more quickly with the heat deflector in the elevated position. It also keeps you from getting the firebox so much hotter than the rest of the grill. If you're ever going to do what people call a burn off, or a high temperature burnout to clean out your grill, you do not want to put the heat deflector in that lowest position. You want to, in fact, bring it up to the highest level. I would set it on the grill or on the accessory rack in the very top level, which creates the largest gap between the firebox and the heat deflector. It allows the grill to get really hot, and it doesn't trap as much of that heat below the heat deflector, which can sometimes overheat the firebox. So my, in a nutshell, reason for the lowest level is 250 degrees or below, or the next level up for 250 to 450, and all the way to the top for 450 or above. That just works really well. So that's our question for the week. And the thing I'd like to close with this week is basically another question. I get this question frequently also, and it's, what cookbook should I buy, or what kind of books do you have on your bookshelf for Kamado cooking? I've brought out a few of my cookbooks today. I have a rather large collection of cookbooks, but my general answer to this question is whatever your favorite cookbook already is the one you should keep on using. Because like I said before, the Kamado Joe is a charcoal fired oven. Anything you can cook in your oven, you can also cook on the grill. So I encourage you to try things on the grill that you wouldn't normally do. But we're going to take a look. These books that I've brought out to show you today are specific to grilling and barbecue. And for an entry-level book for Kamado owners, I recommend this book that's called the Kamado Smoker and Grill Cookbook. It's by a gentleman named Chris Grove. Chris has done a wonderful job putting this book together, and it is specific to Kamado cooking. I will put a link in the video description to this book on Amazon where you can have a look at it. And if you don't have any grilling cookbooks already and you're a Kamado owner, this is the one I recommend. It is full of great recipes, but it also has a lot of great information in it about how to use your grill, how to make your grill do the things you want it to do. It's all outlined right here in this book. I've cooked several recipes out of this book, and I've not been disappointed yet. Chris has done a wonderful job putting together a technique and putting together a great collection of recipes to cook on your Kamado grill. One of my next favorite books is a book that's dedicated more towards grilling, but it's got some smoking and other things in it also. This is a very common one. This is Weber's New Real Grilling, and for general grilling, this book's hard to beat. It's full of great pictures, great recipes, and great technique. Weber also has a book on smoking that's very similar to this. If you want to get it as well, the two of the books combined will keep you busy for years trying all the various things that are in there. But this one is full of great grilling ideas. It's got great pictures, great instructions, and the recipes here are really over the top in most cases. Everything, I would classify this probably in general as an intermediate level book, more so than a beginner's level book. A lot of the recipes in here benefit from you having some level of experience already. It's not a great beginner's book in my opinion, but the information that's here is invaluable. You can't go wrong with this book. One of my favorite cookbooks that's got that's barbecue oriented is this book. It's called Slow Fire. It's by Dr. Barbecue Lampe. Ray is a Kamado cook. He does a lot of his cooking on Kamado grills as well, and this book has a lot of great recipes. He's got rub recipes, and a lot of the things that are in this book are geared toward the barbecue scene rather than the grilling scene, which is low and slow smoking and roasting. There are some grilling recipes in here, but there's a lot of good side recipes in here as well. There's a lot of really great stuff. So this one lends itself very well to your Kamado grill. One of my more recent acquisitions is a new book by Chris Lilly called Fire and Smoke, A Pitmaster's Secrets. I have cooked 6 or 7 recipes out of this book so far, and some of them I've actually made cooking videos for on the Kamado Joe Cooking channel that I've told you about, but this book is a must in my opinion. This is one of my favorites. It's a go-to if I'm looking for something out of the ordinary or something special, something different to do for family or friends that I think will have a lot of wow factor. Chris Lilly has he's done some amazing stuff in this book, and I highly recommend checking this one out. And after you've got a good sense of your grill, after you've learned to control your grill, after you've learned to make the grill do everything you want it to do and how you want to do it, there's another cookbook that I don't feel that any serious barbecue or griller should be without, and that is a book called Serious Barbecue by Adam Perry Lang. This book is not a beginner's book, but the information that's in this book is by far at the top of my list. If I could only have one book on my shelf, this is the one I would want. Adam Perry Lang is a classically trained chef, and he's brought that knowledge to the world of barbecue and grilling through this book. And one of the things I've learned from this book, more so than cooking his various recipes, is how to build layers of flavor and how to build flavor into whatever I'm cooking. I've learned a lot of techniques from this book that have really stepped up my own cooking game. And like I said, if you can only have one book, Adam Perry Lang, Serious Barbecue. Adam Perry Lang's got another book that I have called Charred and Scruffed that's got a lot of really great information in it as well, so you might want to add that one to your list. But these 5 books that I've shown you here today, I'll have a link to those on Amazon if you want to check those out in our video description. And let me know what you think. If you've got a cookbook that you really like that I haven't talked about here, let me know about it, because I'm always interested. I'm not afraid to buy cookbooks that will sit around. I've got probably 30 or 40 grilling and smoking related cookbooks. I just kind of collect them because each one of them has something in it that I've found useful. Tell me what you like or don't like about the cookbook you have, or what's your go-to. Where do you get your most inspiration from books when you're looking for a new idea? So with that, we're going to wrap up this month's episode of Joe Talk, and we're going to close it up for there. So until next time, this is John Setzler with Kamado Joe Cooking Channel.